The Los Angeles Lakers have long been considered one of the most iconic family-owned franchises in professional sports. For decades, the Buss family shaped the identity of the purple and gold, turning the team into a global brand synonymous with championships, glamour, and excellence. But that era is now transitioning into something new. Jeannie Buss and members of her family have completed the sale of a majority ownership stake in the franchise to Mark Walter, the billionaire businessman who already holds the title of principal owner of the Los Angeles Dodgers. This move signals a fundamental shift in how the Lakers will be operated moving forward, and it has not come without internal conflict within the Buss family itself. Leave your like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any updates. Despite reported disagreements among siblings, Jeannie Buss has stepped forward to publicly defend the decision and has gone as far as invoking the memory of her late father, the legendary Dr. Jerry Buss, to make her case. In an interview with Alex Sherman of CNBC, Jeannie stated that she firmly believes her father would have endorsed this transaction. According to her, the driving force behind everything Dr. Jerry Buss ever did for this franchise was keeping the Lakers at the very top of the NBA, and she argues that accomplishing that goal in today's competitive landscape requires financial resources that only someone like Mark Walter can provide at this level. Jeannie Buss was direct about her reasoning. She said what was most important to her father was that the Lakers remain at the top of the league, and that staying at the top requires the right resources and everyone working together toward a common goal. She added that he would want exactly that for the Lakers because the Lakers are his enduring legacy. Those are powerful words, and they reflect just how significant this moment truly is in the franchise's long history. The Buss family built something extraordinary over multiple championship eras, but Jeannie is clearly convinced that holding on too tightly to a family ownership structure at the expense of competitive resources would be a disservice to everything her father worked so hard to establish over the course of his remarkable life. She also addressed the matter of family involvement in the decision-making process. Jeannie clarified that her siblings were all part of the conversation that led to this outcome. She acknowledged that the family members have different opinions and have been living their own separate lives, making their individual choices about how to spend their time, but ultimately she stated this was the best decision for all 6 of them. The internal disagreements within the Buss family over the direction of the organization have been widely reported for years, and the sale effectively removes that ongoing friction by bringing in a single powerful outside investor with a clear vision and the financial muscle to execute it. Mark Walter is not a newcomer to championship-level sports management. Under his ownership, the Dodgers have become one of baseball's most dominant and financially robust franchises, consistently spending at the top of the league to maintain their competitive edge. Rob Pelinka, the Lakers' vice president of basketball operations and general manager, has already spoken publicly about conversations with Walter regarding modeling the Lakers after the Dodgers organization. Reports indicate that significant structural changes are expected this coming offseason as Walter begins to put his stamp on the franchise's front office operations. The blueprint that proved so successful in baseball could soon become the guiding model for basketball operations in Los Angeles. The organizational culture that turned the Dodgers into an annual contender will reportedly be studied closely as a reference point for how the Lakers front office restructures itself in the months ahead. Jeannie Buss will remain as governor of the franchise in a working partnership with Walter for the foreseeable future, providing continuity during this important period of transition. That arrangement is seen as crucial to preserving the institutional knowledge and relationships that the family has built over decades, while also embracing the new financial capabilities that Walter brings to the table. Longtime Lakers fans may feel some nostalgia about the end of pure family control, but the broader message from the organization is clear. This change is about strengthening the foundation and building toward the future, not abandoning the principles that made the Lakers great. For the fans of the purple and gold, this transition arrives at a genuinely exciting moment in the franchise's trajectory. Head coach JJ Redick is guiding the team on the court with a clear offensive identity. With Walter's substantial resources now backing the operation, the Lakers are expected to be aggressive in the upcoming offseason market, pursuing both free agents and trade opportunities with greater financial flexibility and draft capital than they have had in years. The franchise believes it has the pieces and the infrastructure to compete at the highest level for years to come, and the new ownership wants to ensure that every possible advantage is deployed to make that vision a reality. A new chapter of purple and gold basketball is officially underway. LeBron James is 41 years old during this season, and he is still one of the best basketball players on the planet. That remarkable fact was reaffirmed once again when he was selected as a reserve for the 2026 NBA All-Star Game, marking his 22nd consecutive selection to the midseason event. No player in the history of the NBA has ever been named to the All-Star team as many consecutive times. It is a record that underscores just how extraordinary LeBron's career has been, spanning multiple generations of players and decades of evolution in the sport itself. He has outlasted teammates, rivals, coaching staffs, front offices, and entire rosters, and yet he keeps showing up on that list every single February without fail. This year's All-Star Game featured a brand new format, replacing the previous East versus West structure with a USA versus world concept that brought a fresh competitive angle to the midseason showcase. James was placed on Team USA stripes, sharing the floor with some of the game's biggest names, including Stephen Curry, Kevin Durant, Jaylen Brown, Jalen Brunson, Kawhi Leonard, Donovan Mitchell, De'Aaron Fox, and Brandon Ingram. The league has experimented with various formats over the years in an ongoing effort to make the game more competitive and entertaining for fans. It went from the traditional conference rivalry model to a celebrity-style draft system, then to a 3-team round robin. Through every single one of those changes, LeBron James has been one of the only constants, a living bridge connecting different eras of the sport and reminding younger players and fans of how special sustained excellence truly is. On the latest episode of the podcast Mind the Game with Steve Nash, LeBron opened up at length about what this recognition continues to mean to him personally, even at this advanced stage of his career. His answer was both humble and deeply personal, revealing the emotional weight he still attaches to something that might seem routine from the outside, but clearly is not. He described the honor as humbling and as a blessing, and made clear that being a 22-time All-Star was never a specific goal he set for himself growing up in Akron, Ohio. He said he simply wanted to be in the All-Star game one day, the same way any kid watching basketball on television dreams about the biggest stages the sport can offer. He mentioned watching Michael Jordan, Penny Hardaway, Grant Hill, Allen Iverson, and Kobe Bryant play in the midseason showcase as a teenager and thinking it looked like the most exciting event in basketball. It was the biggest stage available, he said, the place where all the greatest players in the world gathered. Now, he reflected, he is that guy, watching brand new first-year All-Stars walk into the arena while he himself is still present and still contributing after all these years. That shift in perspective from wide-eyed spectator to living legend clearly strikes LeBron in a profound way every single time it happens. LeBron also admitted that part of him, possibly more than just a little, wishes he could simply take the full All-Star week off at this point in his career. The physical demands of an NBA season at age 41 are real, and the opportunity to rest during the midseason break would be valuable. But then, he explained, the nostalgic side of him takes over completely. The childhood version of LeBron reminds the adult version that this is still special, that not everyone gets to stand in that spotlight, and that the moment deserves to be embraced rather than treated as a burden or an obligation. That genuine internal struggle between needing rest and feeling the wonder of the moment captures something authentic about his character and his competitive drive. His continued presence at All-Star Weekend also carries a broader significance for the NBA as a whole. The league has faced real criticism in recent years about the quality of the All-Star game itself, with many fans arguing that players no longer approach the event with enough competitive energy to make it worth watching. Viewership has declined as a result. But LeBron understands that young players around the world are watching every February, setting goals and dreaming of one day being on that court. He sees himself as a representative of what the game can be when its greatest players show up and make the moment count. As for what comes next, LeBron's future with the Lakers heading into the summer remains one of the most talked about storylines in the entire league. He is set to become an unrestricted free agent, and multiple options appear to be genuinely on the table, including retirement, a return to Cleveland, or re-signing with Los Angeles. Reports indicate the Lakers would welcome him back for a 24th season. The decision rests entirely with LeBron, and whether this All-Star appearance was his last remains one of basketball's biggest open questions. What makes the record even more remarkable is the context in which it was achieved. LeBron entered the league as a teenager, was instantly declared the chosen one, and has spent over 2 decades living up to that billing in ways that even his most enthusiastic supporters could not have fully anticipated. The All-Star streak is not just a statistical milestone, it is a testament to consistency, professionalism, physical conditioning, and the kind of dedication that keeps an athlete performing at elite levels long after most of his contemporaries have retired. At 41, LeBron James is still making history. The Los Angeles Lakers were relatively quiet at the NBA trade deadline, making only one notable addition by acquiring Luke Kennard. While some fans and analysts expected the team to be more active given the clear gaps in the roster, the front office chose a different path. According to multiple reports, the Lakers' plan is to be significantly more aggressive when the summer offseason arrives, when they will have access to more tradable draft capital and greater cap flexibility to pursue meaningful upgrades. The trade deadline quiet was a strategic decision, not a sign of inactivity to come. That strategy makes sense when you look at the current roster construction. The Lakers, despite featuring elite offensive talent led by Luka Doncic and contributions from LeBron James and Austin Reeves, have struggled on the defensive end of the floor. The team has had difficulty matching up against younger, faster, and more athletic opponents throughout the season, and that weakness has been a recurring problem in close games and playoff caliber matchups. Addressing it requires a specific type of player, versatile, long, athletic wings who can guard multiple positions and knock down open three-pointers. That profile, commonly referred to in NBA circles as a 3-and-D wing, is exactly what the front office is reportedly prioritizing for the upcoming offseason. Dave McMenamin of ESPN reported several names that the Lakers have discussed internally as potential targets. Among the unrestricted free agents being considered, Andrew Wiggins stands out as the most prominent. Wiggins, who currently plays for the Miami Heat, has been linked to the Lakers in previous offseasons as well. He fits the 3-and-D profile almost perfectly. He is an elite-level perimeter defender with length and athleticism, capable of guarding the opponent's best wing player, and he has the shooting ability to spread the floor offensively. He also brings championship experience, having won the title with Golden State, which is the kind of intangible quality that is difficult to put a price on. However, Wiggins holds a player option worth approximately $30.2 million for the 2026-27 season, meaning he may choose to stay in Miami rather than test the open market. Other unrestricted free agent names mentioned in the report include Tobias Harris, Quentin Grimes, and Dean Wade, all of whom fit the wing depth profile the Lakers are looking to address. These players would likely represent more affordable options that could provide valuable rotation minutes without breaking the salary cap. The Lakers do not need every offseason addition to be a superstar-level signing. What they need is smart, targeted additions of players who complement the strengths of their core and shore up the weaknesses that have held them back this season. On the restricted free agent side, 2 names have reportedly been discussed within the Lakers organization: Tari Eason of the Houston Rockets and Peyton Watson of the Denver Nuggets. Both players are young, athletic, and project as long-term contributors with significant upside. Eason is known for his aggressive defensive style and his ability to guard multiple positions with intensity. Watson, who grew up in Southern California, is viewed as particularly attainable by the Lakers. Denver already has over $215 million in salary committed to returning players for next season, which could make it financially difficult for the Nuggets to match an offer sheet for Watson. That financial reality gives Los Angeles a realistic path to landing the young forward without entering a bidding war they cannot win. The bigger picture for the Lakers this summer extends beyond just free agency. The team believes it could be a serious contender for Giannis Antetokounmpo, who has been at the center of trade rumors surrounding the Milwaukee Bucks. With additional draft picks now available to include in trade packages, the Lakers have the ammunition to pursue elite talent at the top of the market if the opportunity presents itself. The addition of new majority owner Mark Walter has also brought greater financial confidence to the organization, reinforcing the belief that the team will not hesitate when the right deal comes along. Surrounding Luka Doncic with the right pieces is the mission, and this offseason could define whether that mission is truly accomplished. Head coach JJ Redick has made it clear throughout the season that he wants a team built on defensive principles and collective effort. Adding multiple 3-and-D wings would directly serve that vision, giving Redick the personnel to switch defensively and keep up with the league's fastest offenses. The modern NBA is built around speed, length, and positional versatility, and the Lakers have recognized that they need to upgrade those qualities significantly if they want to be a genuine championship contender, rather than just a team that makes the playoffs. The offseason roster moves will reveal whether this front office is truly committed to building a team capable of competing for a title alongside Luka Doncic over the next several years. All eyes will be on Los Angeles when the free agency period opens this summer.